Okay, we're on the play for this one. It's a bit risky, but we probably only need one more land to get going, so I'm going to keep this one. It's not a deck that needs to mulligan aggressively for an Eldrazi Temple, especially when this guy's mulliganing down to 5. A Temple, a Temple or a Mindstone would be nice, but we can live without it. Just need to hit one more land drop. I just played black white to start with because you don't want to drop the cavern and reveal what we're on at the stage because he's probably got no idea we're Eldrazi. Now that's an interesting card. Red white with a ghost quarter. Okay, I've got no idea what I'm up against. Okay, now it's a bit of a concern. We've had 3 chances to hit the 4th land and we haven't got it yet. Oh, this is looks like Soul Sisters. So because he revealed the ghostly prison, we're probably going to need to resolve our Eldrazi, our Ulamog to win this one. Because it's a 6/6, we have to get rid of it. The good thing with the rest in peace is if we can resolve an Oblivion Cell, we'll get back that Ghost Quarter that we can use against him. And because we've got the rest in peace now, we can resolve the Blight Herder if we get the Temple. Yeah, he's a bit. This is the Soul Sisters deck. With only 3 cards in hand. Um, at this stage, that card is a problem. But if we can get rid of the Ajani, I don't really care too much if his life keeps going up because um, eventually something like it gives us time to build our board state, and something like an Ulamog will just run over the top of him. We have to get the Ajani off the table, so I don't know what he has in terms of life gain spells, so I might as well just do it now while he's tapped out. But it is a bit of a nuisance not hitting that 4th land, especially with three Thought-Knot Seers in hand. He's only got 3 cards left. We can pretty much decimate his hand. That card doesn't really bother us at this stage. We're not in a position to do anything fantastic. If anything, it means we'll definitely be playing Blightherd. We'll definitely be playing Blightherd before we play the Reality Smasher because we can't pay 7 mana to attack him. And then because we took down the 6/6 Serra Attendant, its creatures are quite weak. They 1/1s are not going to do a hell of a lot of damage to us. Now we can get going. He's only got one card in hand, so the Thought Knot's going to shut down his attacks entirely. He can path to exile us if he wants, because it'll give us the 5th land for Blight Herder. What is this? Okay. Some sort of board sweeper. But he's out of cards now. Through Ghost Quarters. One thing I'm not sure about with this deck is whether he would, because he's splashing red. I don't know why he's got the double red in the Bright Flame. So there is a potential there that he could be playing a Blood Moon. And here we get to see the strength of the Black-White. We can take down the Soul Warden. I think he can just, because he can just sack this in response, so we might as well get something out of it. He's going to be forced to sack that eventually. We want him to get some. We can just pick anything here. It doesn't matter. Rest in Peace just puts it straight back. So he's got no way of gaining life now, and we can probably start thinking about attacking on the next turn. We just need that one more land so we can get the Blight Herder will give us the additional 3 Scions. Then we'll be up to 5. We'll be up to 8, so it's too short from Ulamog. Oh, now he's making a move on our temple. Take wastes. I think we have to take the waste just in case he had that Blood Moon. We wouldn't have a colorless source. One of the advantages of this deck is that it doesn't just fold when it doesn't have access to the colorless. We can still play the Blight Herder, and the Oblivion Sour will help us find the land as well to get to the 10 to Ulamog. 4. Yeah, but one more land here would be nice. He's holding that card. He hasn't cast it, so we can probably. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So that's his win con. He's up to 35, so we have to be a bit aggressive here now. Still short of the lands. Ulamog can take him down or attack with both. He's got nothing to do. Just to keep him away from that 50 life. He's on 35. We can't let him get close. I don't know what he has. He might have some sort of life gain spell that can punch in that extra 4 to 8 life. We have a spell on it. I've got a spell on my sideboard that can give me 8 life. But he must think something's coming because he's got one card in hand. We're holding 6. As soon as I drop the temple, it's gone to the Ghost Quarter. So I've got to just think about how I want to play that. I could even 2, 4, 5. If I'm desperate, I'll path my own Strangler. But I'll see what he's got going on. What card he wants to hold up. Soul's Attendant. It's not one of the other Soul Sisters. We can't do anything because of the Ghostly Prison, so we'll pass a turn. Just a very annoying not having that extra land. Hopefully he draws a path and he wants to path something like Path of Thought-Knot Seer. I'd take at this stage. 2, 4, 6. I'm at the point now. I'm going to path my Wasteland Strangler next turn, just because we need to get something going. The Blight Herder will then let us cast the Oblivion Sour. We can get back a ton of the lands. He's got 2 lands right there for us. Just path the Strangler to get the extra land. He doesn't have any major threats at this stage that's going to force us to. And of course, that's how it always is. So at this stage, I think we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can cast either the Blight Herder or the Oblivion Sour. If we go 1, 2, 3, we'll go to 6. The Sour will get us at least 2. 7, 8. So if we can hit 2 lands off the 4, we could cast Ulamog next turn. So I'm going to go Oblivion Sour. And I'll be able to get the Ghost Quarter as well. I hit 3, so it's close. The Arid Mesa we can sack and get our own plans with it. What does this do? Okay. So we're up to 9. 1 short. And we could probably attack here actually. I'll just attack the Mesa. Planes. Okay, so we can cast Ulamog next turn if we can hit a land drop. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Worst case scenario, we cast Blight Herder and play Ulamog the turn after. Okay. I think he must be looking for something big now because he's facing. If this prison goes, he's facing 13 damage on the board. Another rest in peace. I'll play the Blight Herder. 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, because of the rest in peace, we can just pick any 2 cards out of the grave. Doesn't matter which ones, they just go straight back. So we can attack with 2 cards. 2. He's holding a card. I'd be tempted to use a Thought-Knot, but I think I'll save that. Because he's only got 1 card and he's on 18 life, he's not even close to the Etherflux Reservoir being a win condition. So next turn, my Ulamog, I might look at something else. Faithless Looting just goes straight to exile, so it's a good one for us. 5, 9, 13. Actually, I've got lethal on board if I can get rid of the Ghostly Prison. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so I can get rid of the Ghostly Prison this turn. He might just fold here. Yeah. Okay, sideboarding. That prison we need to. We'll bring in the Disenchants. Disenchant definitely. We don't have a lot else that can do much. Possibly all his dust I might bring in because it's going to be a longer game. It'll take down everything he has. The 3 to come out. I'll take 2 Dismembers because I've still got 3, 7. I've got 7 creature removal spells. And I'll take out an Eternal Scourge. She might take out 2 Scourges and keep a Dismember.
Your game has started.
This is a good hand. Temple, 2 lands plus 2 Mind Stones. Have to remember that he does main deck a number of Ghost Quarters. But because we've got the Thought Knot, we probably have to play the Temple so that we can curve properly. So he's mulligan to 6 on the play. Of course, if he drops a Ghost Quarter here, it would be disaster. But he doesn't, so. Cavern of Souls. That's that, and ship the turn. I don't know why X-Mage shows that you can cast the Mind Stone from the temple, but you can't. Okay, 2 turns down with no Ghost Quarter is good for us. Airborne. I'll play the Mind Stone. We're in no rush at this stage. Mind Stone will enable us to play Reality Smash next turn. 2, 3, 4. If he doesn't Ghost Quarter the temple. If he Ghost Quarters the temple, we can Thought Knot Seer the next turn. If he Blood Moons, we've still got the Colorless Source. So Blood Moon here is not so bad. It's still not clear why he's splashing the red. I've only seen the sweeper so far. Hey, we have to get rid of that somehow. Make it too big. Strangler can -3/-3. So we might Thought Knot so that we can then Strangler the following turn. We don't have the basic mines. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we've got the Thought Knot so that we can get rid of the Ajani's presence. I should have left the Caves of Koilos untapped there, just to represent a path. Ah, there you go, Blood Moon. That was coming down next turn. We'll take that. So he's got the Ranger of Eos, so he's going to search up like one of the Soul Sisters, which once it comes, the first one comes down 4, so it can't come down to the next turn. He's got to play the Ranger this turn in order to find the Soul Sister to make it come down the next turn, so we can still get the Pridemate. For some reason he didn't play it this turn. Okay, well now we've got what we want. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Play the Urborg. Play Rest in Peace. Right. And now we can get rid of the Pridemate. We know it's 2 cards in hand of the Rangers. I don't know why I didn't play on that turn. So we can start the beatdowns now. Okay, so you can sacrifice. So he's going to gain 12 life, is it? I revealed 2. I don't know how that card works. Gain 6 life for revealing 2 cards. Okay. I think I would have rather played the, if I was him, rather have played the creature. Because he's kind of a turn behind. Now he's got to spend a turn playing creature. So even if he hits a land drop, he'll play 4 for the creature, play the land, and he can drop 1 of the Soul Sisters. So here's the creature. You can search up 2 of them, 2 creatures with 1 mana cost, which are the Soul Sisters. But next turn I'm going to drop a Reality Smasher. So he's facing. He can trade with the Strangler if he wants. I can trade my Strangler because the Strangler doesn't do anything. Once he's... Oh, okay, Serra Ascendant. So Serra Ascendant is going to come down next turn. So some sort of creature removal would be nice. But I think we're just too far ahead. Serra Ascendant. I'm not sure if it has lifelink. I can't remember. If it doesn't have lifelink, it's probably game over. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll be up to 9 mana as well. So we'll be in range of. It's a strange block. We'll be in range of Ulamog. Just keep the Caves of Koilos in case, so we can float white mana in case there's a Blood Moon here. 9. If that Serra Ascendant comes down as a 6/6, and it'll be a bit of a nuisance, but it's not the end of the world. He can't use it on offense. He'd still be facing a 9, 12, a -6 swing each turn. So we've got 12 damage on the board. So he's got a 2-turn to clock. But because the Ascendant, you need over 30 life for it to become the 6/6. It's only going to be a 1/1. So he's just laying jump blockers again and again. Two lands for my. If I get an Oblivion Serra, I'll get an additional 2 lands out of it. I think he's just struggling not hitting that next land drop. A Blighterder will do the job as well. So now that I've got my Blighterder, I'm in range of Ulamog. Top deck Ulamog, and it's game over. But I think once I drop the Blight Herder, he's probably going to surrender because I just have too much on the board. Yeah, this time he makes a trade. Goes to 7. So there's just too many things. He needs to I don't know what he would have that could get him out of this. We get the free. Rest in Peace gives us the free Eldrazi Skulls again. We can just pick any two, doesn't matter, and pass the turn. And I think he'll concede. 7 life, he's facing 9, 13, 16 damage on board. He's got 6 cards in hand. Yes, he's got a few ways to gain life. At this stage, if he was to drop a Blood Moon, I probably wouldn't care because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10s. I've got access to 10 mana, even if he shuts the temples down. I don't have access to white or black. I'd have to tap the caves. So yeah, I'd probably have to get rid of float the mana and get rid of it because my disenchant will become useless. But the other thing to get me out of the, I can potentially hit a plains with my Oblivion Sour. Okay, we can remove one blocker. See if that's going to be enough. Wasteland Strangler is really good in this deck. They act as the additional. Whoa, he just went from 7 to 19. Okay, so it's not game over. Two, four. I'm not going to send the Scions because I want to have the mana available for the Ulamog. And I might sack one to Mindstone, draw a card perhaps. Yeah, that puts him to 31 life. So he's had 3 of them, he's only got 1 left. But he's kind of just treading water at this stage. He's going to run out of, unless he can find something that puts him way over the top, perhaps a Wrath of God. Wrath of God here would be enormous. This is his last one. So he's just block, take the hit, reveal 3, we'll give him 9 life. There's my Sour. But the Eldrazi Swarm is just getting too big. Three cards in hand, see what reveals. Proclamation. That card's useless for him. And Seer Ascendant, so he goes to 31, but he's going to go back down below 30 for the Seer Ascendant. So it's just going to be a 1/1 flyer. 19. I don't even think, I'm not going to play my Oblivion Sour. There's no need, I've got 9, 12, 16. I've actually got lethal on board, so just in case he has a Wrath of God or something like that, the Sour can give me something to respond with. Yeah, the Seer's got lifelink, but he doesn't have the 30 life in order to use it. It's just a 1. Even the Wasteland Strangler, it hits double block, otherwise it's going to be a chump block, and he concedes.